Hello, Star Wars fans! And this week, we have issue 26 of the Build Your Own Star Wars X-Wing. And if you have not seen these build videos before, this comes from Modelspace.com and DeAgostini. This is a 25-month subscription, and you get a whole month's worth of the parts you need for the entire month, and that's after you get the first 2 issues free. So this is a build for Luke's Red 5 X-Wing that is going to take a little over 2 years to build. And so far, it is cool. Okay, so so far we have built 2 of the cannons, and right now we're working on the lower wing. So it's the second wing. We've already built the upper, and we're now in the process of taking care of the lower wing and the second Sublight engine for that wing. But as always, here we go. Assembling the engine. Starfighter Aces Poe Dameron, which we have already had a Starfighter Aces Poe Dameron in a previous issue. So, but this one's a cartoon. The other one actually showed the actual actor. So, we'll just go through here really quick. Makes me kind of wonder if this is a cartoon or a comic book related thing. Either or. So, which makes me wonder, is that supposed to be from the new cartoon series? Okay, here we go. So this is 17 steps. And I'm pretty sure everybody will probably remember the first issue that we had to put these parts together, in which just checking to see if I can find my there it is, my X-Acto knife, issue 25. I couldn't find it, and I had to use my box cutter, and apparently my box cutter's blade is getting a little too dull from opening all the boxes at work. So this is what I'm saying. So we make a little impeller, and these things can be a little tricky getting inside there. But luckily, I know I didn't have to actually glue mine in. Somebody probably will have to eventually, because, you know, some of these things might have a little bit of like mold degradation, or some of the holes might have been made a slight bit too big. So, but okay, so here we go. Lower port engine. This issue's main part is the upper half of the fuselage thrust engine's fission chamber. You also have several details that attach to it, which include the turbo generator and its finned impeller. Alright, so there we go. We have the parts for that we need right here. It's the impeller and the blades and a couple of the other parts, which have the silver paint. So there we go. And all the other parts are brown. So just zoom in a little bit there for you. Okay, assembling the engine. The second half of the engine is assembled in a similar way to the first, with all the parts attached by push-fit pins and sockets. Alright, so step 1. Take the assembly from stage 25, which is this right here. We put all the details in, and we put the other half of that of the internals in right there. Okay. Together with the alluvial damper and 2 hydraulic adjusters. So that right there, and the hydraulic adjusters are those 2 silver pieces right there. Okay. Step 2, the alluvial damper has a mounting hole that matches a pin projecting from the engine casing. So that right there. Okay. So we just put it this way, like that, lining that up. Alright, and step 3 is press the parts together firmly. Well, that actually went down quite easy. A little bit easier than the first time around, so there we go for that. Alright, and step 4 is align the 2 pins on one of the hydraulic adjusters with these 2 holes, making sure the adjuster is the right way round. Alright, so obviously it's a hydraulic, so it's supposed to go in this side, and you make sure that the part goes in this way. And if it wanted to line up with the hole that's supposed to go into, just like that. Okay, and up to step 6 is basically do the same thing with the second part. Okay, so there we go. And that will bring us up to step 7, because step 5 is basically push the second one in, and step 6 is, hey, it looks like this. So, alright, so step 7. Take the remaining parts provided this time. Okay, so we just take all of this stuff. Alright, so step 8 is we take these 2 parts right here, and we just find the lug and this open part right in here, and we push those together. Okay, and obviously they took care of step 9 as well, because, you know, from the previous issue for the first engine, they just tell you to take the 2 pieces and match them up or line them up, and the next step after that is to push them together. So we already took care of that. Alright, and step 10 is to push this in on the end, or to line it up with the end. Step 11 is to push it in. Step 12 is to take the 2 impeller blades and put them in here. And sometimes that can be the tricky part, is because they tend to, you know, either be really hard to get in there, or they might or might not just come right out. Because the last time I had a little bit, I had one that had no issues whatsoever going in, and the next one had a little bit of an issue, and I ended up putting that one over on this side and that one over on that side. So, oh great, and here we go again. Yeah, see? See, same thing's happening. Either that or I just jinxed myself. Which, that one went in fine, just like the first time around on the first engine, and now this one is giving me problems. Let's see if I'll have to end up switching these or if I can get this in, because this does not want to go in at all. Come on. Hold on. Let me see. I got a glove over here, rubber glove that I can put on, just so I can get a little bit more grip on this, because this is a pretty small piece, and the rubber glove will actually let me hold on to it a little bit better, because it's actually quite warm in the house, and there's no air conditioning on, so... Alright. Alright. Just like that. And that, I do recommend that, while you're either for the first engine doing that, or for the second engine, I do suggest that you either use the what are those? Sorry, like the first aid finger roll wraps or rolls or whatever they're called. It's basically just the finger off of a rubber glove. You know, at least use those. It will make it easier when you're holding on to those small impeller fins right there. So, alrighty, and taking care of those impeller fins actually takes us right up to stage or step 14. So steps 12 and 13 are putting the two fins in. Step 14 is, hey, it looks like this. So, there we go. And step 15 is the fission chamber has a keyhole shaped mounting hole that fits the pin on the turbo generator. Okay, and step 16 basically is just push it in. Alright, a nice little click right there, so that's all the way in. Alright. And step 17 is to attach this. So I will read step 17. Fit the two pins on the fission chamber mounting into the matching holes in the collar on the fission chamber. Just like we did on the other half in issue 25. And just like that. Okay. That completes this stage. You will finish the engine internals and put them together in the next stage. Okay. And here is what this week's piece of artwork on the back of the issue looks like. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so until the next build your own Star Wars X-Wing, or until the next build your own R2-D2, thanks for watching.